Hello, Tampa Bay. My name is Tina Tricoche, and I am the facilitator of the Circle of Tampa Bay on Facebook. I channel a high-ranking entity called Brock, and I want to share with you some insight and feedback from the channel with regard to the human trafficking entity of Tampa Bay. Okay. Many of us that are listening to this are not under the oppression, so we are not giving out resistance to a transformation to happen here in the Tampa Bay region. So it's real important that those of us that are not under the oppression, those of us that are not under the resistance, those of us that are not inclined to cultivate the resistance, that we understand we have to stop giving out the judgment. We have to stop judging the pedophiles. We have to stop judging those that are motivated by greed, okay, by the trail of the money, by the expansion of the money from this enterprise. That's not going to get us the transformation that we need, okay? We have to start sending out love, and we have to start sending out a state of knowing. And it's very important that many of us take this understanding to a very deep level, because we have a lot of children that they're being kidnapped, and it's causing people to get upset. Okay. And we want to blame the government. And so, we all pretty much know that some of this is occurring within the government or within the aid of some of the government workers for whatever the reasons may be. Those reasons vary. Okay. And many of it is occurring outside of the government. All right. So it's not, the blame game is not going to cause us to get to the transformation that we're needing. It's not going to get these kids and their parents and society the attainment of the goal that we're wanting to get to. Okay. Only the state of knowing is going to do that. Only love is going to get us there. Okay. So one of the things that the cosmos is working on right now is cutting off cash flow points. Okay. It's in the cash. It's in the flow of the cash and the expansion of the cash that this entity has been gaining momentum. It has been gaining strength, and it has been gaining expansion. Okay. So what is happening is we're starting to see these cash flow points are going to be cut off. So we're going to see it cut off within the government. We're going to see it cut off outside of the government. And the other main thing that's critical, that's the turning point right now, is a lot of people are beginning to understand, with the help of you and I that are listening to this, that we no longer have to be afraid of the guns. We no longer have to be afraid of the abuse. Okay, we no longer have to be afraid of the threat of violence and death. We no longer have to give that entity power through fear. Okay, we're going to cut those fear points off. And as you and I stand together and cut those fear points off, that momentum will spread. That state of knowing that what we have requested is answered, and the answer is yes, because we are not in the state of resistance. We are not in a state of oppression. We do not have to be in a state of doubt. So those of us that don't have to have these things, those of us that are not faced and challenged by these things and therefore choose not to exercise these things, we are the ones that are going to spread the state of knowing, okay, and the state of love. So state of knowing, state of love, non-judgment, non-fear. And this is going to cause the entity to shrink. Now, Tampa Bay is one of the mind centers of human trafficking in the state of Florida, as well as the country, okay? And it's been empowered by staying out of the media, by being able to do things silently, okay? So, it's important that we have the awareness that this is occurring. Through the awareness, we can have the clarity of intent, and we can execute the state of knowing, okay? So, when you see things being spread in social media or in the news, kids being kidnapped, heads being brought to light, okay, try not to respond to that from a place of judgment and hatred and finger pointing and blame, because we're just going to get more of that. And that's the whole point of this, is we don't want more of that. We want that to shrink. We want to rob it of that power, okay, and give that power back to society where it belongs. Okay, we want our families to be safe. We want our children to be safe. We want to cultivate what true sexual power is in our society. We want to get those understandings back. Okay, and in order to do that, we have to unravel the sex trafficking entity that has grown in so much power and strength. Okay, it's a necessary thing that has to accomplish in order to get to that higher goal of, high sexual intelligence, the way we're supposed to have it, the way we're supposed to inhabit it. Okay, so the main message today is present the state of knowing. Okay, try not to vibrate the reaction of blame and judgment and hatred. Okay, we want to understand that the pedophile is trying to inhabit a state of self-alignment just like everybody else is. They learn to be who they are, whether it be from cultural conditioning or from transgenerational inheritance. So it doesn't solve anything to hate them. Okay, so we need to listen to where they're coming from, because until we start listening, they're not going to be able to hear what we're trying to express to them, because they're just trying to be in a state of alignment. We're all called to that. Okay. So the only solution for them is the transformation. And that's not going to happen through the words. That's going to happen through the power of love, through the power of the state of knowing, through an ability to hear without judgment and speak without negative judgment. Okay. So let's get united with the state of the knowing. And let's change how we react to the social media broadcasts and the news broadcasts as to what's going to be unraveling in the weeks and months to come in our, not only in Tampa Bay but within our nation. Okay, and let's start celebrating. I'm already celebrating because I know it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. Okay, that the thing that people have been afraid of, they're no longer going to be afraid of, because they're going to be afraid of something better if they are afraid at all. So if people have to be afraid, they're going to be afraid of the light, the power of love, and not that thing. Okay, that thing has no more power than we have been choosing to give it. Okay, and we also want to surround our politicians and our covert workers and our investigators and our aftermath healers with protection and confidence and strength and love. They're vibrating love, not judgment. They're vibrating wisdom. They're vibrating a state of knowing. And they do this at an amplified level when we stand behind them and send them an energy contribution in order to attain those goals. Okay? So those that are listening to this, the light workers, the power workers, those that want positivism, those that see a powerful, wonderful world, okay, we are the ones that are going to bring this to pass. Okay, so try not to turn a blind eye to it and try to respond in the higher light. Standing witness to the power of your light. Namaste.